Happy Halloween, everyone. Jesus Christ, this jumper's hot, and we've not even got started yet. This month, just in time for Halloween, the new Exorcist movie was released. In 1973, the world was shaken by the adaptation of the famous William Peter Blatty novel, The Exorcist. This year, they released The Exorcist Believer, which is apparently also based off of a true story, but that's not the one we're going to talk about today. We're just going to talk about the case of Roland Doe, we'll call him, or Roland Doe. There's about 5 different names. We'll call him Roland throughout this video. Now, the movie itself features a girl named Regan McNeil, played by Linda Blair, whose body is taken over by a very, very ugly demon, and it just goes downhill from there. Now, I've been making my way through the Exorcist movies throughout Halloween in order to prepare for the Halloween occasion, and the case of Roland Doe has just been something that I've found more and more interesting as I've been making my way through these movies. So without further ado, let's talk about the real case of The Exorcist, the Exorcism of Roland Doe. (1949) Cottage City, Maryland. In the middle of the year 1949, various articles were beginning to spread over the newspapers about the apparent possession of a 13 or 14-year-old boy named Roland Doe, although at the time the boy was never identified. He also went by Ronald Hunkeler. Roland grew up in a German Lutheran family in the beautiful Belle Noire neighbourhood of St. Louis, Missouri, on Roanoke Drive, and as you can see, the house looks pretty normal. It's just an average American house. After acquiring a taste for the undead and expressing a keen interest in Ouija boards, he received one from his Aunt Harriet. When his aunt died, the Roe family started experiencing signs of strange activity within their house. Vibrations, strange noises, flying objects and levitation plagued the house. There'd be scratching, water dripping from pipes, and Roland's mattress would tend to move by itself during the day. Roland would be calm and relaxed, but by night he would be uncontrollable, having violent outbursts and screaming. He'd enter trance-like states, have objects flying around him, and have serious meltdowns whenever he was shown an object related to Jesus Christ. Doctors, psychiatrists, and the local Lutheran minister were called upon to help with the problem, but these soon proved to be of no help to the family. These classic acts of paranormal activity were used in both the novel and the movie. This is also the same case for the voice of Pazuzu, which was similar to the voice Roland experienced during his possession. In late February 1949, a priest by the name of Father Albert Hughes asked permission from his superiors to perform an exorcism on young Roland. This is Father Albert Hughes, the priest who attempted to exorcise the 13-year-old boy. During the exorcism, Roland was strapped to the mattress, The priest recited the words used to perform an exorcism, but was quickly stopped when Roland ripped off a piece of mattress spring and slashed Father Hughes in the shoulder with it, halting the exorcism. A few days later, red scratches began to appear on Roland. One of the scratches seemed to spell out the word Louis. The family took this as a message and headed over to St. Louis, where the family had relatives. With this in mind, the family were put into touch with two priests, Walter Halloran and William Bowden, pictured here. With the help of assistants, the two priests accepted an attempt to exorcise Roland. The priests gathered at the house, witnessing a full show of scratches appearing on Roland's body, as well as the mattress moving, marking the start of a week-long ordeal. And the details that we've just talked about are really the only things that made it into the movie, you see. A lot more happened than that. For example, an X was scratched into Roland's chest, which the priests noted down as the number 10, in which they believed 10 demons had taken over Roland's body. A pitchfork-shaped pattern of scratches also moved down from his thigh to his ankle, which happened every night until the exorcism was complete. On March the 20th, things got even worse. Roland would urinate on his bed and curse at the two priests. He was taken to a professional hospital to seek more treatment. On April 18th, things changed and Roland seemed to have got better. I mean, sure, he awoke with seizures and yelled at the two priests that Satan would always be inside him, but the priests were persistent, laying rosaries, crucifixes, medals and relics on the young boy. At 10:45 p.m, the priests called upon St. Michael to rid the boy's body of the foul demon. Within just 7 minutes, the demon had gone. From that moment on, Roland went on to live a completely normal life. Roland got married and started a family, naming his son Michael after the saint that saved his soul. The house was sold in 2005 for $165,000. The story wouldn't then be brought back up again for at least 2 decades until William Peter Blatty wrote a novel that would scare the world. So if The Exorcist never existed, I highly doubt we would have known about the exorcism of Roland Doe. And obviously there was some things that didn't really happen in real life. His head obviously never turned 360 degrees around. He didn't vomit pea soup, and he never masturbated with a crucifix. So that was that really. In 1973 the movie was released. People fainted, vomited, left theatres, and the movie was banned in the UK for a while. But the movie itself definitely still holds up today. And even in 1973 when it released, caused a lot of controversy. 2 apparent deaths of people involved in the movie during filming, fires on set, accidents on set, priests blessing the sets before filming, a murder taking place while the film was being made, and even an injury on Ellen Burstyn, who suffered a hip injury during one particular scene where she was pulled back violently from Regan's bed. Even after release, freak accidents and strange things happened with the movie. People fainting, throwing up, a woman even fell over and apparently broke her jaw in the theatre, and the rest is history. Obviously it's not deterred people from making even more Exorcist movies. Believer's just being released, you've got Deceiver coming out next year, so I'd say it's a pretty damn successful horror movie franchise. Enjoy your Halloween. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.